Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special episode of Fans Dugout. We're here for the Border Gavaskar series, and as we all know, yesterday's match was an epic one, and it's really amazing to have all you fans back in the stadium and cheering our teams. And it's a great feeling to be back in the stadium. Although I couldn't personally be there, but we do have some fans here who are who were a part of the match yesterday. So let me just quickly share a presentation, and we'll begin. Alrighty. So we are World Cricket fans, and we're here to unite all the cricket lovers in times like these, and even when the times are normal, we're here to provide you the platform where you can share your opinions and share the love that we all share for cricket. So I'd like to welcome you all to the Fans Dugout. Today, I'll be your host today. I'm Nitin. I'm pursuing my master's in sports management here at Deakin in Melbourne. So I'll be your host for today, and here are our fellow panelists who will be part of our fans dugout today. We have Zoran, who's an Australian fan and joining us from Australia. We have Mr. Surinder, who will be joining us from UK, but he's a big time Indian cricket fan. So we also have Akshay, who's another Indian fan who's joining us from Bangalore today. And I'd like to welcome you all to the fans dugout. Today, we have two sections. The first section is three sections, and the first section is where we talk about the legends of the game, and one of the legend being Zaheer Khan, and the other being Brett Lee. So we'll begin our first section where we talk about the legends of the game, and today we've chosen two pace bowlers from one from each team, and we'll start with Zoran first, and we'll ask you about your favorite memory about Zaheer Khan. Since you're an Australian supporter, we'd like to ask you about the opponent first. So, uh,
Right.
what would be your favorite memory of Zaheer Khan throughout his whole career, and how amazing was he?
Well, firstly, thank you so much, world cricket fans. And Nitin, you guys are doing a fantastic job. Thank you for having me on this panel. That being said, I'm a massive cricket fan. And of course, Cricket Australia has been incredible in sort of putting the series together. And so has BCCI. So big props to the two of them. And yes, being an Australian cricket fan, I've also been a fan of a lot of Indian cricketers, one being Virat Kohli. But of course, Zaheer Khan happens to also be another favorite cricketer of mine. Favorite moment of Zaheer Khan, I think there are so many because he's one of the most legendary bowlers in world cricket, not just Indian cricket, and he's done a lot for the country. But I think whether it's the World Cup final, whether I have to say, I personally liked the way he played against the Test series against Australia in 2007. When I think he was at his peak, and I'd seen him, when Anil Kumble was the captain, and it was Ricky Ponting at that time. And I think Zaheer Khan was brilliant. I also love Zaheer Khan ever since every time he kind of toured England. I think he's been amazing on bounciest pitches in the world, having been one of the most genuine pace bowlers India's ever produced. He was always able to kind of extract that seam and sort of bounce and pace. So there's never just been one memory of Zaheer Khan, but I think overall, having a talent like him in the side has always been India's biggest bench strength.
Yep. Before we move on to Surinder, I forgot that we were supposed to go live on Facebook, so I'll just be doing that now. So I'm so sorry about that.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll go live there as well. So it's being prepared, but yep, just bear with me for a second and we should be live soon. But yeah, really great experiences there, Zoran, and it was really great hearing about Zaheer Khan from you as a Australian cricket fan. But yep, we're live on Facebook as well. So let's move on to Mr. Surinder now. And Surinder, sir, welcome. I'd like to know what was your memorable innings about Brett Lee, and what was the most memorable moment that you have of Brett Lee?
Again, one of my favourite bowlers for all time, really, because it was just the pace. For me, the thing with Brett Lee is the personality off the pitch as well. I know when it came to the, I think he played. Did he play for Kings 11 Punjab? I'm sure he played for Kings 11 Punjab, and he played in
Yes,
the
he did.
IPL.
Yeah.
And it was his personality off the thing because he started singing in Hindi. And that will always remind me. And he was just really, really good. And obviously the battle with Shoaib Akhtar of
Yeah,
who is the quickest bowler.
yeah,
As a young person, actually love bowling and bowlers, and that battle was always there. But he's just his all-round talent. He could swing the ball. He could bowl, over 150 Ks. And it was just that general aura on the pitch. I really found him a really engaging cricketer. And I know we get distance from many cricketers because we've seen them thinking, but Brett Lee was brilliant. And I kind of watched the Fans Dugout. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, and he's absolutely brilliant on that as well. So he's staying relevant within the game. But again, for performances, against England in the World Cup, he's always been really good. And the Ashes, we watch a lot of the Ashes here, being based in England. And Brett Lee was always one of the things you say, as soon as you give him the new ball, you knew something was going to happen. And he's starting to get hit for runs or he'll take wickets. And that's the kind of player that puts you on the edge of the seat. So, throughout all his career, I've always been a massive fan of Brett Lee. And he's one of the main bowlers that you say when that 150 miles an hour delivery, it was always him or Shoaib Akhtar for me.
Yep. Very well said, sir. And moving to you, Akshay, now, let's hear your thoughts on what was your memorable innings or your memorable memories about Brett Lee.
So yeah, Nitin. So firstly, thank you so much for inviting us and giving us the opportunity on World Cricket Fans. It's nice to see that where we have come from where you actually started. So good job there.
Thank you.
Coming to Brett Lee, coming to Brett Lee, I think he had a spell and he got a cricket in the Cricket World Cup. He actually got a hat trick. I think it was against Pakistan, or I'm not sure which team it was against. But that was one of the favorite moments where I love to see Brett Lee bowl. The other thing is when he was actually playing for, I think, Kolkata, and it was the first ball of IPL, and he got Unmukh Chand from Delhi bowled, and that ball was a scorcher. So those are my favorite moments of Brett Lee, and just his personality, and just looking at him as Surinder sir absolutely said, as he rightly said, just hearing him out even now, and the way he has, like he came in as a young lad, and now he's become this awesome legend of the game. So I mean, even Zaheer Khan as well. Zaheer Khan also started pretty young, and then he turned into this legend of Indian bowling. So both of them are over here, and they both deserve to be where they are for all the hard work they put in.
Yep. They're definitely a few of the legends of the game who'll probably go down as one of the few of the best bowlers that we've ever witnessed for the game. And it's really great that we ever got to witness them play. Moving to you, Zoran, if you had the option or the choice to face one of these bowlers and bat against one of these bowlers, who would you pick? Would you like to bat against Brett Lee, or would you like to play against Zaheer Khan?
Oh, super simple answer. Absolutely bat against Zaheer Khan just by the power of the pace that Brett Lee have extracted. Brett Lee had the ability to kind of look like a bullet. And I think, they put it rightly over here because Shoaib Akhtar and Brett Lee always had this very healthy rivalry in world cricket at that time. They were like the Dale Steyn and, Mitchell Stark of that time. And I think in the 2000s, 2010, even then, really, really, really powerful pace, some really bouncy deliveries. And I think Brett Lee looked lethal. Dangerous, and I think he had some great swing happening for him. So I would any day choose Zaheer Khan. Having said that, even Zaheer Khan was very lethal, so difficult to choose from these two. But I mean, from the two, I'd say Zaheer Khan. Yep. Just to take care of myself.
That's all right. Moving to you, Surinder, sir. If you had to face one of these two bowlers, who would you pick to face?
I probably would pick Brett Lee because I like facing right arm bowlers than left arm bowlers. So it's an interesting thing because obviously with the left arm combination, the right arm pace. Sometimes I say if you open the batting, the pace is a lot easier to deal with. Whereas I think the tricks of Zaheer Khan, I think mentally he would be a very much more difficult bowler to face because you probably think he's not going to bowl at a certain level. And he could speed the ball up. He could do the short bowl. He could do the in-swinger and the out-swinger. Whereas Brett Lee, you probably have to think less as a batsman. But all you'd have to think, physically, I've got to avoid him, and then try to get bat and ball and let the pace do the talking. So I think it's a really interesting thing because obviously Brett Lee in certain conditions was obviously on a bouncier wicket. You'd probably want to face Zaheer Khan. But in a moving pitch, you probably want to face. You wouldn't want to face Zaheer Khan. So again, it's what you really want to do as a batsman. As a
Yeah.
batsman, if you want to score runs quickly, then you would go for I would go for always Brett Lee.
Yeah.
If you want to do your think innings, build your innings, and play safely, then yeah, it would be Zaheer Khan.
Yep. Now, moving to you, Akshay, if
But
you
both,
were to,
both brilliant bowlers, absolute brilliant bowlers.
yep, they definitely are. Moving to you, Akshay, if you had to choose between, facing Yorkers from Brett Lee or facing Yorkers from Zaheer Khan, who would you choose?
If they're bowling with a tennis ball, both of them. So, so yeah, yeah. See, I'm just fascinated by the way. More fascinated by Brett Lee actually, by the raw pace that he generates and his. He was intimidating, right? To all even the best of the batsmen.
Yep.
Zahir Khan used to come in casually. He used to have the pace, but he was not that intimidating when he was bowling in. But he was lethal when he actually bowled the ball. So I think I would want to face at least Brett Lee if I get a chance. But yeah, only a tennis ball because I like myself.
Definitely, I think it'll be lethal to face Brett Lee because I think he still holds the record for bowling the second fastest ball ever record. I think it's at 159.60, and the first still being Shoaib Akhtar, who bowled the ball at 160. So,
Yeah,
Yep,
160.
that's right.
Yeah.
yep, it was amazing to witness these legends play when they were at the best of the game, and it's really glad that we got to talk about them today.